and gentlemen across our beloved Kyber Empire. It's great to be in the Empire today. You're looking at the Emperor and Alderaan in the Kyber Empire, the first of his name, Arnold 2-in-1, the protector of the multiversal video gaming realm, director of the video game division, and many other titles. Kyber Club, biggest Death Stars. You know the drill. You're on Arnold Hownet News, the only news you'll ever need, because you have no other choice. And after months and months and months of waiting, we finally have the Dr. Aphra kit reveal. Her event's going to be coming tomorrow, and it's a permanent journey guide event. Think of Star Killer inside of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, but I can't help but feel a little sad because Hondo doesn't seem like they're gonna be a big part of this team, which makes me believe out of all the Dr. Aphra requirements, Hondo is definitely the weakest out of the bunch. He is needed for the new territory battle card in the top right hand corner. We did a mini stream earlier today. He's got a mission that specifically requires him, and he gets the job done. Otherwise, he's not like a trash character. He's a character you don't really need. You could maybe do some funny stuff here and there. So if you're a big Hondo fan, I feel a little bit let down because when we imagined wanted Hondo, we expected something bigger, like his own pirate faction, his own team. I wanted him to be the Son of Staros for some sort of Scandroid team. Anyways, though, what she does work is she has Chrysanthemum synergy, Darth Vader synergy, kind of like what I expected. Obviously synergy with BT and Trip, and she summons a Separatist Commando droid. So really fun kit, a lot of cool animations as well. A few things I want to point out. I do want to point out that, I guess let's summarize the key attributes. Summons a hack droid. Kylo, Supreme Cow, he siphons mastery. Her kit's gonna be very much, I don't want to say very much, but kind of Tarkin-esque, where she's gonna really rely on potency, so she can siphon potency from an enemy team to benefit her own team, which is kind of interesting. And we already talked about some additional synergy opportunities. She's got incredible debuffs, a lot of ways to juice the damage on her team. And I believe this is the first, but our first 5v5 specific Omicron call out, which is kind of what I was fearing. It seems like you're going to need her 5v5 Omicron for 5v5 Grand Arena, and then you're going to need the 3v3 for the droid. So I'm not happy about this. Kind of a few things, not incredibly excited about it, but we'll see. Maybe the Omicrons aren't going to be really all that important. And just to summarize, she's also support, Scoundrel, Dark Side leader, so not mixed. Hondo, I guess, was kind of a one-of-a-kind thing. He's the first mixed character inside of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And I think this is important to highlight in case you don't know much about Dr. Aphra, archaeologist. Think if she's like the Indiana Jones and she found some really cool stuff. She obtained the Rur Crystal while investigating the Order Aspectu with her father, who had blackmailed her into helping her by temporarily revoking her doctorate. Needless to say, her family life was hectic. The Rur Crystal houses the ancient artificial intelligence Eternal Rur, who has the power to control the droids. And here's our little summary. It's not like Superior to Kylo. She just siphons potency, which, you're not going to feel it as much like with Superior to Kylo. You feel when he siphons away your stats. Lots of Terminator opportunities. And as I said, tomorrow's Dr. Aphra party day. So hopefully you guys stop by. We're going to have a good old time unlocking Dr. Aphra in her journey guide event starting tomorrow. But let's get into this kit reveal. Basic ability, Destructive Excavation. Deals special damage to target enemy. If they are a droid, stun them for 1 turn. So kind of nice. Stun on a basic. There's not a ton of droid teams. Shorty, General Grievous. We see them kind of floating around. So it's an interesting little thing. Might be more beneficial for some of the territory battle stuff, because I do see some probe droids that hang out in there. On Aphra's turn, she gains 10% max protection, which stacks up to a maximum of 50%, and 2 siphon until the start of the encounter. So kind of similar to how siphon works in general with Superior to Kyle Ren, but it's targeting something different. Mastery is a lot more valuable than potency in general, but she'll make the most out of that potency when she gets it. And this is where you're going to start feeling a little sadness for Hondo. Maybe I'm the only one. Hondo's been kind of a fan favorite that people have been wanting, and they've been asking for it. I don't think they did him enough justice. Dangerous Attack, Zeta, cooldown of 3. Inflict accuracy down for 2 turns on target enemy. Dark Side allies gain potency up. Again, don't brush over that. Potency up is going to be important for 2 turns. And get 10% Terminator. And here's where the sadness starts to come in. Dark Side droid allies gain critical damage up. Offense up for 2 turns. Recover 30% health and protection. Revive a random non-separatist Dark Side droid ally. BT1 and Trip. So constantly keeping those droids coming into fruition. So it's kind of like a Wat Tambor revive mechanism, if you think of it like that. But it's randomized as well. So it's definitely like a Wat Tambor. But here's where the real sadness sits in. By the way, that critical damage up and offense up, I don't want to brush over that. That's gonna be huge. I am a big fan of BT. He's like the new Dark Trooper. It's gonna be the Dark Trooper of this Dr. F team. So don't ignore all this extra damage potential that's sitting right there. But here we go. At the start of the battle, if there were no Galactic Legend allies, and all allies are, here's the sad stuff, Dark Side Droids, so these two guys over here, Dark Side Scoundrels, Chrysanthemum, or Darth Vader, so mostly comic book appearance stuff. Summon a hacked Commando Droid, which you see right over there. And on the Zeta, if a hacked Commando Droid is already present, inflict breach, target lock on a target enemy for 2 turns, and call a hacked Commando Droid to assist. They show the kit at the very end, dealing damage again as true damage with additional damage equal to 20% of, there it is, Dr. Aphra's potency. So as her potency ramps up, it's not just for her, it's for the team to benefit and utilize as well. So over the course of battle, this could get quite deadly. But here we dive into the Omicrons, Rogue Archaeology. On the first special right here, deal special damage to all enemies, increase their cooldowns by 1. That's great. That's good. It's a Nihilist. And inflict doubt. Doubt is still new on the block. Doubt was Malgus, and now, well, she's got it too. So doubt on the team, that's nuts. So as doubt expires, you know, it turns into fear and all this other stuff. Aphra siphons potency from target enemy, which can't be resisted. This ability can't be countered as well, so you don't have to worry about the counterattacks. When you're doing AoEs, you got to be careful, but you don't got to worry about that here. And then here you go, siphon potency. Gain a percentage of potency equal to this unit's siphon until the end of the encounter, and the target loses that much potency. It excludes raid bosses as well as Galactic Legend. It has a never-ending cap, and I like that stuff because you don't have a hard cap. It just keeps on going and going and going and going. My question is, what if the enemy has 0% potency? Does she still get more? I'm assuming so. Yeah, I'm guessing so. As long as she's got like 50 stacks of siphon, she'll get 50 extra points of potency, but the target just won't lose anymore. So I'm guessing that's how it's gonna operate. And here we go. We have our 5v5 Grand Arena Omicron. So, they're really, I'm not a fan of this. I know, I'm not a fan of it. 3v3 Grand Arena Omicrons are already kind of pushing it for me. But now I think because people are hating on 3v3 Grand Arena Omicrons, they're starting to make 5v5 Grand Arena Omicron. So now they're kind of treated equally. And that's, you know, 3v3 is half of the year, right? But man, when I get a Grand Arena Omicron, I want it to be for all Grand Arena instances, not just 5v5 or 3v3. But nonetheless, here it is. While in 5v5 Grand Arenas, deal bonus damage to target enemy based on 50% of Aphra's potency. And again, this could get huge, hypothetically. Inflict buff immunity, heal immunity, stagger on the target enemy for 2 turns. A lot of nasty stuff right there. The question is going to be, is that going to be a high priority Omicron? Because it's, if you're not going to be able to use this in 5v5, that means you got to look at the BT and trips. 3v3 Grand Arena Omicrons. Leader ability, another Omicron, and I suspect this is going to be a must-have. At the start of the battle, Dr. Aphra gains max health and max protection equal to 30% of her potency. So potency mods are going to be big. You might be wondering, what about speed? I don't know if we got to worry about speed too much. If BT or Trip are an ally, she gains 50% Terminator for each. So if there's BT, she's got 50%. If there's Trip, she gets another 50%. So she can start off with 100% Terminator. Hux, other anti-Terminator things can prevent that. Dark side allies have 20% offense. And as we saw, there's critical damage. There's offense up. So she's going to get some big damage to her droids. And then Dark Side Droid, Darth Vader, and Contented allies, they also get an extra 20% max health. But whenever a Dark Side ally inflicts a debuff, BT's loving this. We already know, we might do like a little overview. BT already has a lot of debuff mechanisms. They gain 5% offense when a Dark Side ally inflicts a debuff for 1 turn. And Aphra gains 5 siphon until the end of the encounter. And if a Dark Side Droid is an ally, or Darth Vader, or Chrysanthemum, they instead gain 10% offense. So she's got a little dark side thing going on in general, but it's mostly going to benefit these specific dark side callouts with the droids, Darth Vader, and Chrysanthemum. So 10% extra offense for 1 turn. And then Aphra instead gains 10 stacks of siphon until the end of the encounter. Whenever Dr. Aphra, BT, or Trip inflict a debuff or critically hit, turn meter. 10% turn meter. And that could potentially be a lot right there. Now notice, doesn't include Darth Vader on that one. Imagine Darth Vader does an AoE. He would get like pretty much an instant turn, kind of like a Palpatine lineup, but they cut him out of that equation right there. Whenever an enemy falls below 30% out there, inflicted with exposed, speed down for 2 turns, which can't be evaded or resisted. This kind of gives me a little bit of Grand Moff Tarkin lead vibes, where when you fall below 100% health, you get exposed on. So, yeah, maybe some indirect shout out to the Tarkin initiative, which she was a part of, or the droids were a part of. While in 5v5 Grand Arena's Omicron time, Dark side droid, dark side scoundrel allies have 50% critical avoidance, 30 speed. 30 speed is huge. You don't want to ignore that. And she's going to get extra potency, 50% potency, the juice of all the variety of things we've talked about throughout this kit so far. Whenever a dark side droid or dark side scoundrel ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy, they gain 10% turn meter, limited to once per turn. So I guess it looks like it's what it's doing here is that it seems like what it's doing is it's adding also dark side scoundrels to the equation so they can get some turn meter as well. Okay, while enemies are debuffed, they have minus 20% tenacity, so kind of doubling down, making the potency have an easier time doing its work. Moving on, we have our unique ability. Only one unique on this character here. Droid, I'm not sure, is that Savant? Maybe it's Servant? I'm gonna say Droid Savant. Is that a word? Hold on, let's see. Can we, how do you look this up? Gary, I want to see this. What is a Droid Savant? Let's check it out. Okay, look at that. A very learned or talented person. It sounds like me, especially one distinguished in a particular field aside. That's obviously me right there. Okay, what do we got here? So with this unique ability right here, a lot of stuff. At the start of Aphra's turn, she, dark side droids, as well as dark side scoundrels, Darth Vader, and Chrysanthemum allies gain defense, offense, tenacity, equal to 30% of Dr. Aphra's potency until the start of her next turn. Hack Commando droids ally instead gains 60% while she is active. If BT or Trip are allies, they have 20% potency and an extra 20 speed. So a lot of speed, a lot of turn meter. Don't need to worry too much about speed sets on this character, it seems like. The first time a dark side droid ally falls below 50% health, they gain protection up. That's going to be great. 40% for 2 turns. And then we also have the 5v5 Grand Arena Omicron, so another one. So it looks like they're 3 Omicrons just for 5v5, and then we know BT and Trip have their 3v3, so I hope this isn't going to be like a 5 Omicron type of team. Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. Hack Commando droid ally instead gains 60% while she is active. If BT or Trip are allies, they get the extra potency, extra speed. We get that protection up. But in the 5v5 Grand Arena, the first time a non-Separatist dark side droid or dark side scoundrel ally falls below 20% health, they gain the damage unit. We got a little hint at that a while ago. So think of it like a Ray, but it's at a much lower threshold. A Ray's at like that 50% threshold. Whenever a dark side droid is defeated, they inflict the damage over time on all enemies for 2 turns. Inflict an additional damage over time for 2 turns for each relic level that character has. So if there was 9 relics, that's 9 damage over times right there. And if Aphra, non-Separatist dark side droids, dark side scoundrels, and Chrysanthemum are immune to ability block and healing immunity. So not getting ability block on you is kind of a big deal. Healing immunity as well. So that's kind of nice stuff. And here's our Hack Commando droid. Basic. It seems a little bit like the GOTB version that we have. Deal physical damage to target enemy. All allies without offense up gain offense up. So more offense up opportunities, even though she also gives some offense up. We have Besiege. Special ability number 1. Deal physical damage to target enemy and call a random ally to assist. Okay, you know, kind of what we expected. Getting another opportunity for BT to assist. Don't brush over that. You want BT to pretty much do all the damage, it sounds like. Lunging Strike. We're familiar with this. Deal physical damage to target enemy. Inflict an armor shred. More damage opportunities for BT to, potentially. This attack deals 20% more damage for each buff and debuff on the target enemy. That could be a lot from what I'm seeing here. Enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. And a few things. The Separatist droid Commando is going to scale with the summoner stats of Dr. Aphra. Only can be summoned if there's no one else in that ally slot. Can't be summoned in raids. If the effect counts as defeated, this unit does not count. So Imperial Troopers can't like farm turn meter off this guy. Whenever there are no other allied combatants, it's escapes from battle, so it can't do like some one last stand type of thing. A unit can't revive if this summon unit exists in their slot. So overall, it seems kind of cool. I'm just, you know, I can't help but feel just a little disappointed in the fact that Hondo, he's not getting the Sonic treatment, where Sonic and she took a whole team to a new level. Hondo, it's kind of in this weird purgatory. It's not a trash character. It's not a god tier character. It's just a character that doesn't really have a home, it feels like. And maybe that's okay. I think I just expected more out of Hondo. But overall, I'm seeing the potential, especially with BT. We know he does some nasty damage. He has damage over times on his basic, and we talked about a lot of stuff. What happens when you inflict debuffs on the enemy? A lot of stuff's happening. And here you got exposes, damage over time, burning, more damage over time. So That's going to be a lot of turn meter, a lot of damage flying around the field. And of course, he also has 100% offense baked into his unique ability. And when he does that haywire thing, he's going to be doing loads and loads of damage. But what I'm mostly worried about, are we going to need these 3v3 Omicrons? I don't want to have a 5v5 and a 3v3 Omicron. My best case scenario, maybe 5v5 is enough, and then they're still good at 3v3 without the Omicrons. But I don't want to put, goodness, like 5 Omicrons on this team, and it's only going to be useful half the time in one area, half the time for the other. I don't know. Maybe I'm a boomer. Maybe I got to get on the train with where the things are going with Galaxy Heroes nowadays. But for me, not crazy about it. Definitely not about these Omicron things. But poor Hondo. Yeah, you know, he's kind of the meme of Galaxy of Heroes right now. He's just a funny little character for the time being. But you guys let me know. What are you guys feeling on Dr. Aphra? You feeling the magic? You feeling the energy? Well, stay tuned tomorrow because I'm going to be sure to put some energy. Why are you bleeping me out? I'm going to put some energy in your systems. Really looking forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe to our ever-growing empire. And always remember that it's great to be in the empire.